everything. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Yeah, gotta do it right. Yeah. Do it for Christ. Only got one life. Got one shot at this, I gotta do it right. Yeah, I gotta do it right. Time to throw in the towel. I've been holding on this for a while. Moving on my own skin.
Welcome.
Hello, everyone.
And we sharing this broadcast out. I hope you're doing the same thing. It's Wealthy Marriage Wednesday.
Yes,
God
is.
bless you all. You're welcome.
Share it
We appreciate y'all.
with your friends.
It's a blessing to be on this program today.
Yes, it is.
Today we're getting real close to Christmas.
Oh, it's
And
a
yesterday
wonderful time
of the year. Yesterday was our son's birthday, so shout out James' birthday
My
yesterday.
baby is 14.
Your baby's 14.
My baby boy.
That means that you're getting younger.
Better by the day.
Yes, it does. It does. It's
That's
not
right.
an age ain't nothing but a number.
Ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that 12-step program
Oh, man.
again. All right, I'm about to get in trouble. I ain't gonna say nothing nasty on
The
air.
first part admitting that you have a problem is admitting you have a problem.
Yeah,
This is the
admit
first
you got a
part of the step.
Hey, I love my wife. Hey, we still have a good time together.
We
I
do.
hope that you have a good time with your spouse.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to do on this show today. We're
Yeah.
going to be talking about some real cash flow. We're going to be talking about cash flow, but in a way differently than we normally would talk.
Yes.
But we're going to have a good time. Y'all asked us to talk more about money, more about real estate.
Yeah.
And so we are, but we still love each other. So we can still talk about that stuff too.
Yeah.
I got a chance to get away from my birthday for a couple of days.
Which
It
was
was pretty
great.
cool. So
Yeah.
just taking a quick break. You got to refresh yourselves every once
Mhm.
in a while. It wasn't long enough. It was just a couple of days,
It was
but it was still good. And then we came right back swinging for the fences.
Yeah.
So we
Jumped
still
right back in.
swinging for the fences. We had a great conversation today too. So
We
if you've been
did.
following us and checking in on us, you know, we sharing, hey, the same stuff we sharing with you. It's the
Mhm.
same stuff we dealing with.
Yep.
And so whatever level it is that's your big for next year, I hopefully that you all are pushing for bigger and greater next year.
Yep.
We went on ahead and made a decision. We doubling up next year. And so I don't know if
Double up.
anybody's got that double up in their spirit,
Come on.
but whatever it is, if it's your income, your assets, if it's the work that you're doing in your
Mhm.
community, whatever it is that you want to double up and you feel that you've been called and led to do, I'm challenging you to double that thing up. Like, don't just do it a little bit. And so that's what we on.
That's
We on
right.
heavy double up mode,
Double up.
knowing that next year it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be bananas. We're gonna try God.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
we're
yeah.
gonna test him, like for real.
Oh, yeah.
I'm talking about in a serious way and see what he's going to do in our
Right.
lives. So, hey, today we're gonna be talking about some principles.
Yes.
And we were gonna do a big math thing and talk about all this stuff, hidden
Yeah.
costs and all this stuff. But that
Yeah.
stuff, you know what? You join a couple mentorship calls with us, and we'll talk you all the way through all the numbers and stuff.
Yeah.
Today, we're gonna talk to you about the principles because
Yeah.
sometimes you don't get the principles, but you get the numbers and you don't get the whole story.
Right.
Because what's the thought process behind how you got to the point where those numbers made sense?
Yeah.
And so it's not the math part that's the biggest hurdle.
Nope.
It's the mindset part. It's the mental part. It's
It
like, you know,
is.
what are y'all thinking about when you going from two regular working people
Mhm.
to now entrepreneurs? Two people who is completely risk averse people
Oh, yeah.
who are now entrepreneurs. You're talking about people who literally
Yeah.
like knew nothing about investing, nothing
Nothing.
about real estate, none of that stuff.
That's
And now we
right.
full-time doing it, and not even just doing it, like we actually do some of these things pretty good.
Yeah.
And we're still learning in a lot of different ways, but some stuff we do pretty
We're
good.
pretty good at some stuff.
Yeah. And so we're sharing our journey with you now at this
That's
point
right.
because we've learned some things and been able to do it so consistently so well. But I'm just letting you know
Yeah.
the process started up here.
It really does.
Yeah, all these books and stuff really is a mindset shift, but we're gonna give you the classics,
Yeah.
some things that really impacted us in a significant way, and hopefully they help you to think beyond the numbers of the math, but like helping us see where does the thought process and the mindset of getting this money happen, especially with a couple, because we in this thing together. So this is
Right.
us. And so we're going to be understanding the real cash flow.
Right.
Shout out to all those who are in our FIRE real estate mentorship program. We love y'all. Y'all are killing the game. The best couples in the world. So love y'all. I know y'all tuning in too.
Yes.
And so this is a fact. You'll either make and you
would
either tell your money
what to do
or the lack of it
always
gonna manage you. I don't want to be managed no more. I want to be free.
Yes,
and I want to be free, so we follow the freedom formula.
Yes, you turn your time into money.
Turn your money into assets.
And turn your assets into freedom.
Yeah, and freedom to ... You fill in the ... Freedom to do the thing you've been called to do.
That's right.
Hey, guess what? We walk in our calling. Ours is a little bit different. Like we enjoy simple people, but we, and so we won't require a lot. We require access to be able to go to church when we want to go to church. We like to go to the grocery store and get what we want at the grocery store.
That's right. Be able to take a day off and go and do a field trip with our kids or
whatever it is, these type of things. We like to travel. And so if it's an opportunity to go somewhere, we don't want to have to ask nobody who they are. So whatever those things are, but at the same time, our cost of living is real low. Like if you see me in the street, you ain't gonna see me with a pair of $500 jeans or a brand new suit every day. You're gonna see me with the same pair of Levi's I normally wear, the same True Classic t-shirt. You might see me with just some regular work boots on. That's how we just do, just very comfortable. And so everybody's got their own things that they prioritize financially.
That's right.
We like to give is something that we prioritize financially, and then there's other things that we prioritize financially. But whatever it is, it's what we're talking about. And this is freedom to be able to do whatever those things are with your money that you want to be able to do with your money, or that it's the right thing. So this is a disclaimer, as always. This is for your informational purposes only. Do your own research. What else? Right. Don't be throwing no shade.
Right, we're not your financial.
We're not your financial planners and advisors. Make good decisions. Think about it twice.
We're just sharing with you what we've done
and some experiences and things like that, and we know it works. A lot of these things are proven, and a lot of these things I will share with you the behind the scenes peek at it as well. So, hold on. This right here. Check this out. We want you all to see this right here. This is a very important quote. We want you to check this out. You might want to screenshot this right here. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Bam. You want to talk about cash flow? That's a huge cash flow hack. And it's old school. Don't count your chickens before they hatch.
I had never heard that until I got with John. I had never heard that, because what was that in your kitchen?
Yeah, it was in our kitchen when I was growing up.
Yeah.
My people, they ain't really just country, but they ain't not country, and so they had it up on the thing. You know what I mean? They had it up on the wall. I said, don't, and it's stuck in my spirit, but it's true. It's like sometimes we start spending money we don't have. We thinking about money we don't have. Our mindset is already, believing we got something that we haven't fully secured. And so whenever we're talking about cash flow, projected cash flow is a lot different than your actual cash flow.
That's right.
Just because your rent statements say, and on your Excel spreadsheet is you counting your chickens. But until that money lands into your bank account, them chickens ain't hatched yet, baby. And anything could happen to them little eggs. You know what I mean? Anything, the fox could come. Those that might just don't get, you ever seen the eggs that don't work out good,
the ones that are spoiled.
Oh yeah, all of that. And so just know, don't count your chickens before they hatch. The real deal, you think you're gonna flip that house and sell it for $250,000. And then the real deal happened, and the neighbor got crazy. And then somebody else moved in across the street with a bunch of dogs. And then all of a sudden, didn't nobody want the house, and they end up selling for $210,000, and you barely snuck by with a $2,000. So don't count your chickens before they hatch. Obviously, you want to have some projections, but at the end of the day, make sure you understand that they always don't come through. So you won't go broke making a profit.
That's right.
Oh, this is one of my favorite ones right here.
It really is.
Put that up. I like that on the screen.
Yes.
You won't go broke making a profit.
That's right.
This is just a whole fact.
Yeah. If you're making a profit, then you got something. It may be a little, it may be a lot, but it's working.
You know what I love about this quote? Is this a Warren Buffett back quote? And Warren Buffett is like one of the most wealthy people out there.
Yes.
And he made a statement that's really most powerful statement. The best thing you can do to make money is not lose money. Because if you lose a small percentage, like let's say if you had $100 that you invested, well, if you lost 50% and you're only down 50%, you're actually at how much? $50.
Yeah.
But if you want to get back to 100, you have to grow your 50. What percentage?
No, you got to double it.
You got to grow it 100%.
Yeah.
So a 50% loss takes 100% gain to be able to get it back.
Yeah.
And so losses hit much harder than you're going to be able to pull back in gains. And so the best way to continue to make money is to always make money, is to not lose money. And so the best key to cash flow is to make sure it's positive.
Yeah. Make sure it's positive. Hey.
You won't go broke making a profit.
That's right.
So we're going to tell you another quote that's not on here, but a quick nickel is better than a slow dime. Get your money. Like if there is some money, an addition that's right there in front of you, don't let no money go to waste.
Right.
Find a way to get that money in your pocket. Yeah. It never ceases to amaze me. Somebody, they so bougie, right? You know what I mean? I don't work on Saturday. I ain't doing all that. Y'all don't know me like that. I'm gonna have to charge you. You know, I'm like, hold on. You get that money in your pocket. Somebody come to you and want to pay you. You need to find a way to get that money.
Yes.
And so, like, that is the key. And remembering to find a way to make a deal, and remembering that you'll never go broke making a profit.
Right.
Don't lose money. Oh, this is really good.
It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yes.
I'm gonna share with y'all this right here.
Yeah.
This is a real deal, man. Somebody need to write this down.
Come on.
It ain't about how much money you make, it's about how much money you keep.
That's right.
And the only way to keep it, and I gotta say this, and I don't want to say this.
Why not?
Because most of the people we talk to at the end of the day who have financial problems really got a spending problem.
Yes.
Is that at some point the amount that we want to spend is just way more than what we make. You know what I mean? And so until we get a hold of our spending problem, it ain't gonna work. Because the second that more money hits, we just gonna spend it. And it's not even a spending problem. A spending problem isn't like going to Starbucks. A spending problem isn't getting the stuff you need. That's not what it's talking about. A spending problem happened in our mind before we made money. The hardest part is not budgeting the money that you got coming in for your job. That is so easy. Anybody can do it. It's not difficult. If you're not doing that, like, don't even watch the show. Like, I mean, this is not for you. I mean, budgeting what the money that's coming in every single week is easy. You can do it. The hard thing to do is when you start making more money, to have the discipline not to stink and spend it. Like when you have another $1,000 or another couple grand in your pocket, instead of going on that vacation, is investing that money, or instead of doing the next thing, the thing you aren't doing now, it is prioritizing investing and delayed gratification. And so really what that's talking about is like, am I willing to invest with my next dollar before spending it? I'll never forget it. I'll never forget.
Which one?
I got a bonus check on my job. This was some years ago. They was going hard. John, I know you're going to take your family to this.
They were spending it for you.
Oh, man, I had people coming out of everywhere spending money. You need to get this. You need to get this. John, I know you about to freshen the wardrobe up. John, I know you get this new check. Everybody spent my little money.
Yeah, they did.
And the fact is, I realized, like, the mindset in that environment is like, you're supposed to spend all your money up. It's not. I didn't. We took that money and bought us a property quick, you know, and that property we still own is still paying us. And so you get to a point where if you are willing to invest first in a short term over the long term, and by long term, I'm not even talking about a whole long time, but in a very reasonable amount of time, you'll be able to get that cash flow coming in and be able to get your time back. But willing to make the sacrifice. It's easy to say I'm making a sacrifice when I'm just spending the check that I have reasonably. Anybody and everybody should be doing that. I'm talking about when you making more money, what do you do with it? And that's specifically what this is talking about. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you keep. That and learning taxes. Man, you got to learn taxes. Very, very important. All right, next.
Financial peace isn't the acquisition of stuff. It's learning to live on less than you make so you can give money back and have money to invest. You can't win until you do this.
Yeah, well, that's a fact. And this is the truth again. I hate to be like this. I feel like we get a little preaching today, Joy.
These are really, well, we're just sharing.
Well, we're just sharing about the things that we've seen from us. And then these are the things we've seen in other couples who come talk to us. And we talk to a lot of couples. And so at the end of the day, spending is a big challenge.
It is.
It's a real big challenge.
Especially in relationships, because usually you have a spender and you have a saver.
All right. So who's the spender and the saver in
All
this
right,
relationship?
Put it in the chat. Who y'all think is the spender?
Yeah, y'all
who's
tell
the
us.
saver?
I'm not saying nothing. Who's the spender and who's the saver? And
Come on.
sometimes you got people who are a little bit of both.
Yeah.
And so you might have to put a little bit of both. I say I'm a little bit of both.
Say a little bit of that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you, if anybody knows who the spender is in this relationship,
Whoa, cowboy.
No. See, no, it's good. It's good. Yeah, it's we already know. And so the spender is usually the one who's not really worried about how much stuff costs. They just kind of want what they want. What else? What is some of the qualities of a spender?
Wait,
I'm asking you.
I think you covered the biggest one. Quality of a spender. Yeah, you just throw it in the bag, man.
Yeah, you throw it in the bag.
You're usually kind of carefree and just want to go by the moment. Not really a planner.
So here goes. The saver is looking at the right side of the menu, and the spender is looking at the left side of the menu.
What do you mean by that?
And so, like, the right side of the menu is where all the prices are.
Yeah.
And so I know if I want chicken, steak, fish, based on the right side of the menu. I'm looking for the special. You know, I still do that today. I might have a gift card and a pocket full of cash. Right. I'm still looking at the right side of the menu. Still happy with that. I said, what do I want today? I want this T-bone. I don't know, that chicken breast. That's chicken breast looking kind of nice today. You know what I mean? That veggie plate looking good today. I'm feeling, my weight and get my weight together. I think I'm gonna get this veggie plate. What you getting, babe?
Well, me on the other hand, I'm coming in and getting what I want.
Hey, right. So the saver waiting for the spender to get what they want, and then you got to kind of calculate then from there how much food I'm gonna get. Right. So I'm like, all right, how much you gonna spend? Oh, dang, okay. And then you want to not have that reaction. One of you has got the reaction when the other one's ordering. And just in case you didn't know if you was the spender or the saver, which one of y'all just kind of clinch up when the other one's ordering, but then try to act cool? Like, okay, what's she gonna order? What they gonna do? And then you want to see if they're gonna order appetizer afterwards. What you need an appetizer for? You already ordered all the food.
Salad? It come with a salad.
How you taking food back home and you ordering appetizers? What you need is to-go box and you ordering all these appetizers and a salad and soup. You ain't eat your food. Why you even order food then? We could have just had appetizers. You know what I mean? And you need a soda that you're gonna take 2 sips out of. The saver is going bananas.
Right.
Like, I can't believe you better drink that whole drink.
I don't order sodas anymore.
Hey, you see him sitting there staring at your soda. I know you're gonna drink that. You better take every swallow.
Right.
So it doesn't take long before you know who's who. And I know, go ahead, you can identify yourselves.
Yeah,
don't play.
It's all right.
All right. But you understand that ultimately you're going to need to spend less than you make if you're ever going to get to that point. Because no matter if you made $1 million in a year, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, or 100,000, 50,000, 20,000, if you spending more than you make, it just is what it is.
That's right.
All right, next up.
Ooh, you know what? Opportunity is missed by most people because it is dressed in overalls and it looks like work.
Oh, look at that. That's Thomas Edison. That's who quoted. Yeah, because opportunity looks like work. And that's why most people miss it. And that's a real cash flow issue.
It is.
Is that making money, a lot of times the best opportunities look like a ton of work, but they not, but they look like a ton of work. And so the biggest thing to be able to increase your cash flow is not being scared of the work.
Right.
Because if you, like for me, like there'll be an opportunity to come up and I'll be like, man, it's going to cost me a whole bunch of time. I don't really want to do that. I start thinking about, I'll be ready to pass on the opportunity. It's because I don't want to put the time in, because the thought of what the time is going to cost me, I'm going to be tired. I'm going to be away from my family. You start making all your own whiny little list about. And so really some of the best opportunities we ever had have been dressed up in overalls, looking like work. And we don't pass on those anymore.
Nope.
So it's all, of course, managing our time is important.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, we got to make sure we take advantage of opportunity and don't let the work get in the way of doing the right thing.
Right. For sure. Yeah. Because it can. Because sometimes if it's more than what you think you can do, then you tend to be like, nah, I can't even do that. And you're going to pass on it.
Yep.
But really, if you sit back and think, it's not all just you.
Mhm.
That's why you get a team.
Can I bring that to real estate real quick?
Go ahead.
This is how slumlords are made. Slumlords don't start off being slumlords. Like most people who fix up properties in a real janky way, they didn't set out to do that initially.
Right.
You know, they got into it, but something looked like it was going to be hard, or it looked like it was going to cost them too much money in the moment. So they thought, hey, well, let me do the good enough decision. Like instead of replacing this, let me just leave it there. Instead of tearing this wall out and putting the insulation up and putting the drywall back and checking the electric, let me just go ahead and just paint. You know what I mean? It's going to look the same. It works now, kind of mainly, you know, and it's like you make bad decisions when you're thinking about the work, and you even make really bad decisions because a lot of opportunities are dressed up and there's a cost to them.
Yeah.
Or a projected cost in your mind.
Right.
And you got to help me because I'm a saver. And all the savers out there, you thinking in your head, why am I paying more for this?
Right.
But I can't tell you how many times that I've made a decision that I thought was going to save money, and it ended up costing more than doing it all the way right the first time. And so don't be like me. Be a person who the first time, instead of doing something that's kind of halfway okay, do it all the way right, and you'll be glad that you did, taking advantage of the opportunities at hand.
That's right.
Oh, this is good.
Oh, the real measure of your wealth is how much you'd be worth if you lost all your money.
I want you to screenshot this right here.
A bar.
Yeah. I want you to screenshot. The real measure of your wealth is how much you'd be worth if you lost all your money. And so many of us, including us, like I remember, man, I don't want to be the guy on the street. Like something in my mind still can go to zero. We had this talk earlier today.
Yes.
It's like literally the fear of failure, or the thought that you might go to zero or go bankrupt. It's scary. You're going to be embarrassed. You don't want to be the person who was living one way and then people found out something differently. You didn't want to be the person who was helping other people out and then ended up being the person who lost it all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the feeling like, Lord, why are you doing this? The person who had all that faith and they was talking all this faith, and then they lose, and then other people look at me like, well, how are other people gonna I need, and you put all this pressure on yourself.
Yep.
And what we don't realize is that we're not the ones who got us here in the first place.
That's right.
And it's like, if you got you here, you should have all that pressure on you. But the fact is, God got you there.
That's right.
And it's like a real talk.
It is.
It's like it says in the Bible, it says you'll mount up on wings as eagles. You'll run and not be weary. You're walking up and mount up on wings as eagles. You got to think about that. When that eagle lands on a branch, is the eagle worried that the branch is going to break and it's going to fall to its death? Well, no, the eagle ain't worried about it. Why? Because the eagle is mounted up on wings. You feel me? So it don't matter where God puts you and lands you to be able to do the thing that you're supposed to do. So we landed on real estate. But if it breaks and falls, am I worried that we're going to break down and be destitute? And those thoughts creep into your mind. That's called a lack mindset.
Yep.
And so we have to take on an abundance mindset. And abundance mindset says there's no going to zero. It says it doesn't matter how many branches break, I still got wings. Oh man, somebody should take that with
wings. Those wings are what God has. He has given us everything that we need to be successful.
So if you lose all of your money and that branch is gone, your real wealth and your real worth is that in the wings, baby.
That's right.
And so guess what? You will soar to a higher height.
That's right. Beware of small expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship.
Yeah, we like that one because the fact is you got to mind your business.
You do.
And by mind your business, you got to watch your books and stuff like that. You got to watch your bank accounts, open it up, see where your money is coming and going. Check your receipts, all these different things. It's like those small leaks, these little itty bitty taxes. And so if you are a person who signs up for the monthly stuff on your app, you know the app, and then the app hits, and then every time you get an app, it's $3.99. You don't worry about it. Then it's $5.99. You don't worry about it.
Right.
That same habit of stuff will follow you into business.
That's
because
right.
there's a bunch of monthly subscription stuff that you'll just have, and it'll hit on a yearly, a quarterly.
Yeah.
It'll be this coming out, this coming out. You look around, you got a few $1,000s just coming out. You're like, what's going on? And some of that stuff is just leaking, draining, leaking, and draining. So minding our business, making sure that we watching those expenses, because they add up to be something big over time. Check this one out.
Oh, and investment in knowledge pays the best interest.
Look at Ben Franklin over here.
He's dropping.
Big Ben.
Ben was dropping.
Yeah.
Jewels.
Yeah, the number one place you could put some money investing is in you and making you better.
That's right.
Like, I don't care how big a business we think we are. The best dollars is making our skill set grow, making our capabilities grow, helping us to be better leaders and better who we are, so we can do more and achieve more and be better. There's no better investment in that. So we spend a lot of money on training and investment, education. We go to a lot of conferences and stuff like that.
We do.
A lot of education. And so we have never spent money on the education and it went to waste.
That's right.
It's because each and every time, did we do every single thing in every program? No. But it'd be that one little nugget, that one thing
your business
to take you to the next level. And you
you
don't know what it is until you go get it. And then even the worst mentors we've ever had have helped us significantly.
Absolutely.
And some of the best coaches we ever had, they still help us. You know, like we've got I think everybody needs a coach and everybody needs a mentor.
That's right.
And we have coaches and mentors. We have people who help us to be able to be the best version of ourselves we can be. And we go and get a lot of education. We read a lot of books. And the reason why is because that constant growth is the best investment you'll ever have.
So true.
It's the best dollar investment. So before you go buy that property, buy yourself some education, and that will take you to even higher heights.
Yes. Oh man. Don't tell me where your priorities are. Show me where you spend your money, and I'll tell you what they are.
Hey, look at the guy over here with the spit. You see that? Which is making it rain. You see that?
Right.
Yeah. It's like, guess what? You can talk all the talk you want. Let me see your bank statement.
That's right.
You know, pull it out.
The proof is in the pudding.
Proof is in the pudding.
Look.
Like, we talk a big talk.
Yeah.
Until it's time to pull out the receipts. Where are you spending your money?
Right.
And where you spend your money is ultimately the sign of where your priorities are, because it starts with our mouth, and our mouth is saying something. And then the next thing I watch is they watch their heart, and you can see if they're serious about it. You know, you can kind of feel the conviction and have a little bit of discernment with that. And then you see which way they walk in.
Yeah.
And like, you're actually going that way. Okay. I see you walking it. You talking it. You believe in it. All right. But hold on. The last key is when you reach out, are you putting your money up in the place that you say you care so much about? And if you're doing all four of those things, talking that talk, you got it in your heart, you're taking the steps forward, and you are putting your actual money in it, oh, you swimming in it then. That's when you convicted about it. That's when you're serious about it.
That's right.
And that's when you unstoppable out here in your business game, in your nonprofit game. Hey, shout out to all those in your ministry game. If you in ministry and in capacity, it ain't about talking that talk. It ain't even about your heart. Sound my heart. And you can feel that you're really serious about it. And you know, I got it. And then you go that way. You serve a little bit. Put all your money in it. Do all of those things. And then you'll be able to see the quantity of which that you really committed to that thing. How much you really are convicted in, and your faith. How big is your faith in that thing when you be able to put all four of those things together inside of the stuff you pushing for it. Next. Ooh, this is good. This is so good.
Mastering cash flow is mastering the lifeblood of your business.
You see that heart right there?
Boom, boom.
Because it's a real fact is that cash flow is, it needs to keep coming in. Here's the story. Like, for real. If you, can I take it to real estate?
Go ahead.
I'm gonna take it to real estate because y'all asked us to talk about real estate. A lot of people want to flip houses or do wholesaling. So wholesaling is when you sell the contract. Like, I get a house under contract for a good price from somebody.
Right.
Because they just wanted to get rid of it. And instead of me buying it myself, I sell that piece of paper, the contract, to somebody else. And I assign, it's called assigning the contract to somebody else. And they close on the house. And then the difference in the price that the person, the end buyer, and the price that I had on the contract, I keep the difference.
Okay.
Well, I get that check. Or if I flip a house, I buy it, I fix it up, and then I sell it for a higher price. And then I keep the difference. What do you do with that money? Like, I'm convinced now, as an actual person who does this stuff and been doing it for years now, is that check that you get is so not good. It's like I would
What do you mean it's not good?
It's not good. I would rather have money coming in every single month than have one check at a time. Because you get this one check, you got to put it all back out there and do it again.
Yeah.
And then you got to put it all back out there and do it again. And put it all back out there and do it again. It's not multiplying. So the time that you're waiting to re-multiply that money is money that could be working for you without you having to do any work.
I get it.
And so you need a combination of both.
Yeah.
And we do flip some houses, you know, in terms of fixing them up and selling them.
Yeah.
But our primary goal in doing that is just to get a check so that we can get some more passive income or to get some more long-term income, some rental income, some things, you know, provide more affordable housing opportunities. Like as opposed to just these one time, it's very challenging to survive like that because your income goes up and down. It comes in waves. If anything happens, what happens to you?
Right.
You back eating your savings account or you back eating the little bit you got put away. And so cash flow, if you have a business, and this is one thing nobody's going to tell you that we're going to share with you right now. If you got a business, in most businesses, about 90% of businesses, you're going to put in large amounts of cash and you're not going to get money coming back into your account until much later. And so having a steady stream of cash flow is very important because if you want the next job, it's not about this first one, but it's about that next piece of business. Who funds that next piece of business? Who funds the piece of business after that while you're waiting on all these accounts receivable, all these checks that you know you got coming? If you got a flip that's waiting for the closing date, that's an account receivable. You're waiting to get that money.
That's right.
Well, you got 4 more flips going on. Well, somebody got to pay these teams. Like, then how does all this stuff work? When you got 5 more, how much can you get done? And so having cash flow is absolutely critical. Having money coming in regularly, and being able to master the flow of your cash, critical.
Oh, build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to build theirs.
Oh man, that's heavy and hard.
It is,
but it's real.
It's
we all
true.
need a business of some sort. I mean, we all need a business. And the reason being is that, you know, I love a job. I think everybody should work a job. I'm not telling you don't work a job. I'm never going to be the one to tell you to quit your job. I'm done with that. Do not quit your job. Keep your job. But just know that every day you working at your job, somebody had a dream and you helping to see that dream come to life. At what point are we going to have a dream also? And then we hire people and pay them to help us to bring our dream to life.
That's right.
And so it's all good. Work the job. I highly recommend it. Don't leave your job. And this is not the leave your job program.
Let your job finance your dream.
Now, let your job finance your dream. You want to be financially independent.
That's
do it with a job. It's a lot better working a job when you don't have to show up. Like, you know, especially when you get your little performance review and they telling you all the stuff and they're like, oh yeah, I think you need to, you know, be a little bit more communicative. You could have smiled at Nancy a little bit more. You came off a little rough in these conversations, you know, but I really love what you're doing with this, and this. So you get a 2% raise. And then you sitting there with that 2%. You basically, in your eyes, people who don't cuss are in their eyes like, I can't believe I just worked the whole year. You got this 2% and you want me to say thank you. And then they just waiting for the thank you too. It's like, come on, shower me with praise. Hey, I actually got you 2.5%.
Oh,
who's the man, baby? Who's the man? Come on, give me a hug, bring it in. And I'm telling you right now, you ain't worried about that 2% when you financially independent.
That's right.
Be financially independent while you're working. You like, nah, you don't worry about your rate. I'm gonna donate that to my retirement account. I dare you get to a place where any new money that comes in is automatically getting rolled into a retirement account. And then you're going to get to a place, be financially independent on a job where you could do deferred compensation, where they pay you and you say, I don't even want it right now. I'm going to do a deferred comp and y'all pay me this in 10 years or something later on.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Man, it's because you've been financially independent on the workplace. What we're talking about is some real stuff. It's like you get the opportunity to make how much you want to make, and you're at work because you want to be there, not because you got the handcuffs on you. And then even some of us who have been in positions where they have like long-term incentives. So if you just stay another 5 years, you're going to get this golden parachute money. You don't want to miss out on your parachute money. You don't want to miss out. They like make these incentives bigger. The higher you go, oh, it's like a dangling carrot. Like, ooh, look at that money. You like, man, I don't care about that money. You know, so you go walk away from some money. You ain't worried about it because you're financially independent. And so that's why it's important to come to this point right here where we got to remember, keep your job, but remember, build your own dreams, or someone else will hire you to build theirs. And so now is the opportunity going into 2025 to say, what's my dream? And how can I be financially independent and stay on my job? How can we take it to the next level, stay on my job? How can I get multiple streams of income, stay on my own job? How can I take it to the next level? And so we have an option for you. It's because we care about you.
That's right.
Is that we're not hoarding information. You know, here's the thing. For years, people would hoard information. It would be people who would do something, they would and not tell nobody how they did it, and then look back at the next person and tell them they need to do better. Well, guess what? We ain't doing that. And so you got opportunities now. There's no gatekeeping now. There's ups and downs. There's real people who giving away real information and spending a significant amount of their time, knowledge, and interest to be able to help you to be able to succeed. We have a curriculum, and that's what we put together that helps you to be able to buy right, rehab right, and then to repeat it. These is you being able to create a financially independent business model that you can do while you're still working. And you could be able to have a financially independent business while you're working. What better gift to gift yourself with in the new year than a cash flow cycle where money is coming in? I guarantee you that 2% raise when you buy a couple properties or you get a 6-figure check, and you're like looking at the 6-figure check, and they telling you got 2%, and you look at the check, and you see the 2%, you are not tripping. I promise you. It hits different. And by all means, keep the job. And just like we told you earlier, you know, don't spend spend money on a bunch of dumb stuff. And what we're talking about is how can you get more money to invest, build a system of cash flow that's going to be able to help you, help your family, and help you to be able to have the time and resources to be able to go to the next level. We'd be glad to help you. You can text us. My name is Coach John.
I'm Coach Joy.
At 502-632-3005. It's in the chat. We love y'all. We do it for you. We do this for you because we love you so much. Y'all are superstars. And we appreciate y'all.
Thank y'all for joining.
I can't wait till next week. We got some heat coming next week. So y'all join us next week. We're going to be live 8:15. We'll see y'all then.